My name is Angelique Pouponneau. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Conservation and Climate Adaptation Trust. I applied for this role in 2018, October, I believe, and it was at the end of my fellowship, or towards the end of my fellowship, with the Alliance of Small Island Developing States Fellowship. And at the time, I was based at the United Nations in New York City, in America. And having had just about 10 months of experience working in the international policy space, I really felt something was missing. I missed a part of my work that involved working with people, working on the ground, seeing the impact quite quickly. I missed able to see the results. When you work in an international policy space, you're very much working at a high level and only hopeful that your work will actually have an impact on the ground. Whilst before then, I had started a NGO back in 2014, a youth-led NGO called the SIDS Youth Aims Hub, Seychelles. And within that NGO, I was able to see young people deliver results, deliver impact on-ground activities, lobbying governments to bring about change. And that kind of work really excited me. But as a young person, oftentimes we think doing this type of volunteering work is exciting for a time, but you'll never get the opportunity to actually professionalize it and actually run an NGO. When I saw the opportunity advertised, I jumped at the opportunity and I applied to be the CEO of SEYCCAT. I knew it was going to be a huge challenge. I would be responsible for millions of US dollars, but I was excited by the opportunity to deliver impact and see results. The Seychelles Conservation and Climate Adaptation Trust is a financing mechanism, but we're a financing mechanism that focuses on the blue economy. And when it comes to the blue economy, our understanding and the way in which we promote it is having the health of the ocean at its heart. We cannot have a productive ocean without a healthy ocean. I've been thinking a lot about how to simplify the concept of a financing mechanism. So financing mechanism really is, how do we bring money to the country, to the people of Seychelles, to be able to make things happen, to be able to implement projects, to be able to fund research, to be able to have youth-led initiatives, right? So we need money to do that. Now, how do we bring in this money? You heard me mention blended finance. So blended finance, in a technical term, means private capital leveraging public funds to attract private capital. That's way too complex. So it basically means that we attract money from businesses, but in order to do so, a safety net or a way to reduce risk is provided by government, so public funds. It can be government, or it could be institutions like the World Bank or the Global Environment Facility. So these are institutions that are funded by taxpayers' money. So, but what is blended finance? Because that means we have both private and we have both public. Who owns it? It's a mixture. And I've been thinking about how to explain this to people. And given that you're a crowd in the Seychelles, I've managed to simplify it to be like la terre héritier. So it's like land that a big family has inherited. Everybody has a part in it, and you cannot divide it yet until we've decided. So everybody owns it. I hope that gives you an idea about what is blended finance, similar to in terms of ownership, but the manager, the one who decides how it is going to be used, is agreed by all parties, but the one who does it is in the case of la terre héritier, the executor. In the case of the blue economy in Seychelles, it is SEYCCAT. So one of my first tasks when I joined the organization was to run the third Blue Grants Fund, right? So the Blue Grants Fund is a fund. It's a fund, right? And so the fund has every year 700,000 US dollars. So what you have to do is, and this was a challenge that SEYCCAT was having before I joined, was actually getting the money used up. Can you imagine how difficult could it possibly be to give away free money? And I had to grapple with that because it was, yes, it was free money, but it was quite a lot of free money. It was I had to give away 15 million Seychelles rupees, but it wasn't just about giving away the money. It had to be for projects that were actually supporting the blue economy. So I did a couple of things that I thought could help. I translated all the documents into Creole. I gave people the opportunity to apply in a language that they are more comfortable with. I hope with time we can have it in English, French, and Creole, our three official languages. And it was quite nerve-wracking as to whether the first female Seychelles CEO could actually get rid of the money, something that hadn't been done before. So I was committed. I was, in terms of employing the strategies like going out to speak to fishermen. I remember, them telling me that they won't speak to me until I buy their octopus. But, having to sit down with fishermen, explain something that seems complex, but is actually just giving them the opportunity to be able to undertake a project that has to do with the blue economy. And then I was very much supported. I had people from various organizations like the Guy Morel Institute and the Enterprise Seychelles Agency that came to my help because I didn't have any money for me to support capacity building. So capacity building is teaching people how to apply or teaching people certain skills. I didn't have the money to do that. And they came to my assistance. They said, no problem, Angelique. This year, we will support you. And we were able to teach more than 40 people how to apply to SEYCCAT and how to complete the application form. So those are things that I think are successes. And the building blocks I put in place to make sure that the funds were absorbed. We've done very well. We did absorb all 700,000 US dollars last year. But in terms of lessons learned, we have to COVID-19 proof our process and our application process and procedures, which means that a lot of things are going to be online this year. We will also be making USBs available with all the documentation on them where people can simply collect it and watch it from their home. So we have had to change strategies to be COVID proof.